Boom. Alright guys, let's get it going. Let's just do the checks, make sure it's working everywhere. Alright, we're live on the site. Big up everyone watching on the site. What is up guys? Let's check Twitch. Twitch is working good. And then the final one, YouTube, is the site that always gives me trouble. Are we on YouTube? Let me know guys, let me know if it's working on YouTube. YouTube's always a little bit temperamental with the live streams. Alright, it looks like we're up. Looks like we're good to go on YouTube as well. Nice one. What's up everybody? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good Saturday night everyone. And hopefully hopefully we can find some prop bets in this live stream that wins. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who hit the like button on the video this week. Really appreciate it. And I just also want to let you guys know, if you are watching this video, after I do all these live streams, I get people slide into the comments and say where are the timestamps. So if that's you, if you're thinking about leaving a comment where the timestamps, just know this is a fucking live stream, which is the reason why there's no timestamps. So it's a fucking live stream. You don't get timestamps on a live stream. Anyway, let's get into it. So, UFC Fight Night, Prochazka versus Reyes. So in this live stream, we're going to be digging for prop bets on every single one of these fights. However, this is a tricky card for betting. So let me show you which props I've come up with. So I've also got to let you guys know that I add prop bets to my website throughout the week. So as I research each of the fights, I hunt for a prop bet on those fights and then I add them into a database on my site. So to find them throughout the week on my website, you just go to MMABettingTips.com, link in the description below, betting tips, and then prop bets. And then on this page, you can have a disclaimer talking you through the risks associated with prop bets, a little bit about what prop bets are, the profit and loss chart, and the database down the bottom which contains the props, which we'll be going through now. So as you can see, prop bets are in profit over the last 2 years, but it is a roller coaster. Lots of variance, lots of ups, lots of downs with props. They are risky. I also want to make it very, very clear to you guys that because I'm adding these prop bets to the website throughout the week, the odds can change a lot. So some of these props are added to the website on Monday. So if as we go through these props now, you see the odds have changed a lot, that's just because the odds will have moved, since I added them to the site, whenever that was. Also, just gotta give a little bit of a disclaimer here, because prop bets are the one kind of bet that I share with other people that don't necessarily have the best chance of winning. So my philosophy on prop bets is very, very different to my philosophy on other kind of bets. So with other kind of bets, we're often trying to find, the strong positions to put our money, or the strongest position to put our money most of the time, right? We're trying to bet on the most likely outcome, which fighter is most likely to win. But the problem with MMA is it's such an unpredictable sport. It's such a chaotic sport that it's hard enough making money betting on MMA, trying to predict which fighter will win or lose. When you add another layer of complexity into the mix, another layer of variability, and try and make money betting not only on who's going to win, but also on their method of victory, becomes even harder to make money betting on MMA. So the strategy that I use for prop bets is to try and take advantage of the chaotic nature of MMA, and to try and take advantage of the variance in MMA. So I take a spread betting approach to prop bets instead, where if you think about a roulette wheel, if you put all your money on 13 black and then the wheel spins and the ball lands on any other number, if it lands on any other number other than 13 black, you lose everything. Whereas if you spread your money out across multiple numbers, you give yourself a better chance of getting a return. That's kind of the approach I take to prop bets. We're sometimes betting on the most likely prop, but most of the time we're looking to bet on props that may not necessarily have the best chance of winning, but they do provide us with a good risk to reward ratio, in terms of we're putting up a little bit of money to sometimes win a lot. And over the long term, that has helped us, grind out a profit. What I would say about props is the win rate on these props is very, very low. If you tail any other type of bet that I put out to the universe, live bets, insanely high win rate. Pre-fight bets, pretty high win rate. Lab bets, pretty good win rate. All the bets that I put out, pretty good win rate. You're going to win, I would say, more than 60% of the time. On live bets, probably more than 80% of the time. Prop bets are very different. They have a very, very low win rate. So it's not unusual for every single prop bet on a card to lose. You've got to be ready for that. And I usually say if we win one prop per card, we're usually at a small loss. If we win 2 props per card, we're usually at a small loss or a small profit. And if we win 3 props per card, we tend to make a pretty big profit. But I just want to make that clear very early on, because I understand, obviously, my channel name, Diary of a Pro Gambler. I understand that people read a lot into the things I say. They take the shit I say very, very serious. And I just need you guys to know that none of these bets are bets I feel confident in. This is like literally proper gambling here, which is why this is literally the only page on my entire website where you'll find a disclaimer like this. Prop bets are really risky, and I just want to make that clear so that you guys don't go out, bet all your money on these 6 bets tonight, and then they all lose and you don't have any money left. Like, that would be my worst nightmare. We don't want that to happen. So I just want to make that clear from the offset. Prop bets are risky. But unlike roulette, obviously, unlike with roulette, the beauty of these props is we have the house edge. You know what I mean? Because our knowledge of MMA enables us to dig for really good value props. So with that being said, let's get into explaining each of these props. So the first one that I'm going to go with is Dominick Reyes to win by knockout or TKO, odds of 3.0 plus 200. If you've researched this fight yourself, this one will be pretty self-explanatory. And if you've watched my breakdown for this fight, that will be pretty self-explanatory as well. In order for, how do I put this? I know Jiri is a very, very hyped up fighter right now. I know a lot of people watching this will be very high on Jiri. But Jiri has a major weakness in his skill set that if you ignore, you're kind of deluded. The fact is, Jiri's striking defense is really, really, really bad. He got wobbled a couple times by Volkan Oezdemir, and his striking defense is just bad, straight up bad, extremely bad. He's very, very easy to hit. Dominick Reyes is a sniper, very accurate, fast hands, devastating head kicks. And he poses a much bigger threat to Jiri Prochazka than someone like Volkan Oezdemir, because a lot of people think about Oezdemir as being this big, powerful, heavy-handed power striker with devastating knockout power in his hands. And he does have a lot of power. But the thing with Oezdemir is his hand speed is very slow. He's a very meat and potatoes kind of striker, which means when he comes at you and attacks you, there's nothing too scary or different that you'll see from Oezdemir that you haven't seen 100 times before from any other dude in the training room. He may hit harder, but a right hook from Oezdemir looks like a right hook from anyone else. Jab from Oezdemir looks like a jab from anyone else. The shots that knock you out, the shots that really hurt you are the ones you don't see coming. That's what makes Reyes more dangerous for Prochazka. Prochazka doesn't read his opponent very well, fights with his hands down low, very bad striking defense, doesn't see the shots coming, doesn't move his head. And Reyes is very fast, he fights very long, he can cover distance very quickly, and he can punish you for making a mistake, in a fraction of a second. The way Reyes throws his head kicks up with fight-ending power, he lands head kicks with more speed than a lot of guys can throw a hook. So Reyes is dangerous standing. Jiri, very bad defensively. That's an absolute no-brainer prop bet for me. The next one is probably my favourite prop on the whole, out of all the props that I've got for you. So this certainly isn't the most likely prop to win, but it is a prop with a fantastic risk to reward ratio. So I'm going to go for KB Booler to win in round 3, odds of 17.0 plus 1,600. Absolutely love this bet. You go back and watch all of Booler's last fights, you'll see the guy can fight at a really good pace for 3 rounds without slowing down. Michailidis' gas tank is absolutely shocking. So if Booler can make it out of round 1, take this fight into the 2nd and 3rd round, there's a really good chance that Booler gets a finish in round 3 when Michailidis is too tired to defend himself. So pretty Pretty standard, pretty logical prop bet. And like I say, I absolutely love this prop because even though it doesn't have a particularly high probability of winning, you know, every time you hit one of these bets, you could free roll on the next 16. The risk to reward ratio is brilliant. So if ever if ever I see a bet that has a reasonably good chance of winning, and the odds are that wide, I'm always going to go for it. Brilliant risk to reward ratio on Booler to win in round 3. Very, very similar bet up next. We're going to go for Dustin Jacoby to win in round 3 at odds of 11.0 plus 1,000. Exactly the same logic. If you go back and watch any of Cutelaba's past fights, you'll see that the guy throws everything at his opponent in round 1 and then significantly slows down in round 2. And the thing about Cutelaba is when he gets tired, he actually does look for a way out in terms of, you'll get some guys that are notorious for having bad gas tanks, like, who's a good example? I would say a Lando Venata is probably a really good example of this, where we know Lando Venata is going to get tired in every single fight, but he is still going to fight till his last breath. Even in the final second of round 3, when he can't keep his hands up and he's breathing heavy and he's flat-footed, still very difficult to put him away. He's got the heart of a lion and he's tough as nails. For all of Lando's weaknesses, he's fucking tough. Cutelaba, on the other hand, as soon as he's tired, he starts to look for a way out. He starts to put himself in bad positions in the hope that his opponent will, take the bait and find a way to finish him without him taking too much damage, just because he doesn't like fighting tired. So Dustin Jacoby's not particularly dangerous, just like KB Booler's not particularly dangerous. With how bad the gas tanks of Michailidis and Cutelaba are, taking those two boys to win in round 3, I like it a lot. But we're also going to go for another bet on this fight. So two props on the same. Two props on the same fight. I do like Ion Cutelaba to win by decision at odds of 7.0 plus 600. Just because even though Cutelaba does come out the gate very aggressive in round 1, and he does have a lot of power in his hands, he does have pretty nasty ground and pound. Dustin Jacoby is a tough fucker. He's difficult to put away. Very good gas tank, tough as nails, and even if Cutelaba does put a hurting on him in round 1, it's not going to be easy for him to get Jacoby out of there. But Jacoby's not great, not a particularly skilled striker, no real skills on the ground. So the reason why I like Cutelaba by decision here is the way I would see this one going. Cutelaba's probably going to come out real strong in round 1 and win round 1. Round 2, who wins round 2 will depend on how much gas Cutelaba's still got in the tank. But because Jacoby's not great, even, there's still a good chance that a tired Cutelaba can nick round 2. And then if he goes into the 3rd round, Cutelaba may be gassed out of his mind in round 3. But as long as he can survive, if he's done enough to win the first 2 rounds, that'll put him in a strong position to win a 29-28 decision if the fight does go the distance. So I really like those two props. I think that the only other prop I think is likely to hit on this one is Jacoby to win in round 2 if Cutelaba's gas tank is really, really, really bad. But Jacoby's not that dangerous. I'm sure Cutelaba's got enough in him to make it into the 3rd round. But that is a little bit of a blind spot on that combination of bets. But I do like those two bets. Jacoby's a tough fucker. I would be surprised if Cutelaba is able to finish him. I know Cutelaba is dangerous, aggressive, all that shit. But Jacoby is a tough motherfucker. It won't be easy to get him out of there. So the next one we're going to go for is Luana Carolina to win by decision at odds of 4.0 plus 300. This is an interesting bet for me because neither girl is that dangerous. Neither Botelho nor Carolina is particularly dangerous. So there's a pretty good chance this fight is going to go the distance. And I like Carolina to win by decision as opposed to Botelho to win by decision, because I do think this is likely to be a pretty competitive fight. This is one of those matchups where you look at it and you go, okay, Carolina's not great. I completely get it. But there's nothing Botelho does particularly well, which I think is going to cause Carolina a particularly big issue. Carolina is a very low-level fighter, but she does have an awkward style. We compared her in the breakdown video to a bargain basement version of John Dodson. Carolina's just got one of these styles that can make you look bad because of how awkward she is. She avoids engaging a lot, circles on the outside a lot. And if you're not able to catch her as she blitzes in and attacks you, it's going to be difficult to score points against her because all she does is run away. Botelho is very much a single shot striker, predominantly kick-based style of striking, no boxing really. So when Carolina does blitz in with those blitzing punching attacks, Botelho's not a particularly skilled counter striker, so I'm not sure she's going to have that much success punishing Carolina for her poor striking defense. And so I do think that this fight is closer than the odds suggest. Both girls also have a huge weakness, that they're both very weak off their back. So if Carolina could find a way to get on top of Botelho, she's likely to be able to rack up a lot of top control and score a lot of points. So yeah, for me, this is very, very similar to the fight a few weeks back between Cheyenne Buys and Montserrat Ruiz. We've looked at the bookies, the betting public, wherever you want to say, whoever dictates which way these odds move. They've oversimplified this matchup by looking at the skill sets of two girls and going, Botelho is the more technically skilled fighter, therefore she should be a big favourite, without necessarily considering how both girls match up from a stylistic point of view, and without considering, how awkward Carolina's style may be for Botelho to deal with, even though Botelho, from a technical point of view, I would agree with you, is better than Carolina. But if the better, more skilled fighter always won, we'd all be very rich. It's very, very easy to determine who the more skilled fighter is. There's no doubt that's Botelho. But in terms of how these two girls match up, Carolina's an awkward fucker that can make this a close fight. Just like, even though a few weeks back, if you look at footage on both Cheyenne Buys and Montserrat Ruiz, there's no doubt Cheyenne was the more technically skilled fighter in most areas apart from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We knew that Montserrat Ruiz was, I think, a brown belt under Eddie Bravo, but we knew that Montserrat had an awkward style which would make the fight closer than the odds suggested. That's how I see this one. So Carolina by decision. And then the final prop we're going to go for is Sean Strickland to win by decision at odds of 3.0 plus 200. Again, just like with Carolina and Botelho, neither Jotko nor Strickland are that dangerous. But with the way these two guys match up, Jotko is just a very passive, low volume, tentative fighter that really struggles to put his stamp on rounds. When you watch Jotko, quite often, you're kind of shouting at your TV, begging him to do more because you always feel like he's holding back. This was a weakness that Sean Strickland had for a real long period in his career, but since having his motorcycle accident, Strickland is now a lot more aggressive these days. So I just think Strickland is going to be able to outwork Jotko, out-hustle him over 3 rounds and win a decision. Strickland's just not that dangerous. I mean, even if you look at his last 2 fights, he did inflict a lot of damage on Marshman, did inflict a lot of damage and knock Allen out. But he's a volume striker, doesn't have that kind of one-shot KO power. Jotko's tough. He's got a great gas tank. He's a tough Polish fighter. And Jotko doesn't like to engage either. He likes to circle on the outside and counter-strike. It's very difficult to knock someone out that won't stand in front of you. Because Jotko's constantly circling away from his opponent, it's hard to catch him with a shot that puts him away. So a finish in that fight, quite unlikely. And that is going to be it. We're done, I think. That was nice and quick. It's not a very good card for betting, I'll be honest with you. I don't have many bets on this card. I think I've got 3 serious bets on this card. Only 3. Which, with the way we've restructured the website with, lab bets, loose bets, tight bets. There's all different kinds of bets you'll find on the website now. Most weeks I've got like 5 to 10 bets. Most weeks. This week I've only got 3. So that kind of goes to show how bad this event is, in my opinion, from a betting point of view. And I don't have that many props either. 6 props is not a lot, especially when 2 of them are on the same fight. So while you guys make a note of these and run off and bet them, I'll go through all the comments, do a little bit of Q&A. If you guys got any questions, let me know, guys, and I will I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, man, I mean, hopefully these props produce a profit. we had a losing month last month. Lost about 9 units. And again, that is the nature of props, right? 9 units is a big loss. But the month before that, we won like 23 units. These swings on these prop bets are fucking massive. So if you are going to tail these props, just be prepared for big swings. Obviously, they are profitable, but you're going to get big swings with them. Real big. Nasty, naughty swings, which is why we've got this big disclaimer up here. But the thing about props is, man, like, we're so serious when it comes to betting on MMA. Like, all week, we're super serious. Like, you know, we sit down, we put like, within my community, we put down like 20 hours of fight research every week, just studying fights. And then, you know, we live bet an entire event on a Saturday night, which takes like 7 hours, where we're, you know, gaining more knowledge. And it's a lot of work. But it's important to remember that gambling is a form of entertainment for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? They've built cities on gambling being a form of entertainment. Atlantic City, Vegas, Macau. So prop bets are a great way, like DraftKings, where you can just bet a little bit of money to make fights that you usually wouldn't care about a lot more interesting. So like Andreas Michailidis versus KB Booler is not that interesting really to most of us. But if you put a little bit on this prop bet, all of a sudden you've got like a vested interest in that fight, which makes it a lot more interesting. So props are good for that. You know, props are good for that. Even if they are, you know, I don't personally think they're a great source of making money personally. But let's go through the comments, live chat, see what we've got. We'll start off with my website. What's up? What is up? What's up, cowboy? Pretty quiet in there at the moment. Let's check Twitch. What's up, Hilts? What's up, Chai? What's up, ABH? What's up, Hugo? Hope you're doing good, boys. Hope you're doing good. What's up, guys? Oh, nice one, ABH. Thanks a lot, man. ABH spreading the love round. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks a lot, mate. We got some killer. We have got some killer emotes on Twitch, right, boys? I need to get some more. I definitely need to get some more. So far, we've got Dana, Shub, Edgy Bravo. We need a Joey Diaz one for sure. We got Rogan. Let's go. Nice one, boys. There we go. Alright, let's check YouTube. What's up, everyone? What's up, Benny B? How you doing, Cornish dude? What's up, Aldo? What's up, Rokas? What's up, Joey Fitzpatrick? Joey Fitzpatrick is saying, is 3-1 good enough odds to back Botelho to finish anybody nowadays? No, I don't think it is, dude. She's not that dangerous. Oh, I will say this. She does have a pretty nasty body kick. And, you know, Carolina did kind of get dropped off a body kick. In a, you know, not a body kick, sorry. A straight right to the body, wasn't it, against Ariane Lipski? But does lightning strike twice? I mean, it might. It might. What is up, Mogwonk? What is up, Zach? What's up, Mayday? What's up, Baby Yoda? Good to see you, mate. IMOAIZ is I'm AOs is saying, how are we feeling about Reyes' first round KO? You know what, mate? I think it depends on how aggressive Jiri comes out, man. If Jiri comes out like he did against Uzdemir, I think he gets knocked out in round 1. But if Jiri comes out, fights a little bit safer, a little bit more tactically like he did against King Mo, I could see this fight going deeper, because I do think Reyes is a patient guy. One of the things that led to that first round between Uzdemir and Jiri being crazy was Uzdemir put a lot of pressure on Jiri. It wasn't necessarily Jiri that was the aggressor in that first round. It was more so Uzdemir. So we know Reyes prefers the counter-strike. He's a little bit more tactical, a little bit more strategic. So I do think we could see a slow start to that matchup. Jiri is very, very bad defensively. But we have also seen situations where he's fought, you know, safer, smarter and slower. So we could see the fight go a lot deeper. But he is a little bit sloppy. I don't see his striking causing Reyes too much trouble, if I'm being honest. But I could be wrong. What's up, Joey Fitzpatrick, mate? Do you think that Reyes will try to keep the fight at long distance and chip away at the check early on? Yeah, I do. Reyes likes the counter-strike. I think Reyes is going to be low on confidence after obviously getting knocked out by Yan. And, you know, it's a big... Title fight blues are a big thing, right? Dominick Reyes went over to Fight Island. He beat John Jones, in my opinion. I think Dominick Reyes was a terrible decision. I think Reyes won the first 3 rounds pretty clear. I think he beat John 3 rounds to 2. And I think he went over to Fight Island and fought Blachowicz and didn't really respect him. If you remember, Reyes going into that fight was like a 1.36 favourite. And he said this week he wasn't in a good place mentally and stuff. So, coming off that loss, he's bound to be low in confidence tonight. So I don't see Reyes going out there and really putting it on Jiri in round 1. I think Reyes is going to start slow, like he did against Blachowicz, and kind of take a while to grow into the fight. I don't think he'll come out aggressive like he did against John Jones. But it does depend. It depends. If Jiri comes out aggressive, takes the fight to Reyes, then obviously Reyes is going to be forced to exchange. But I think it depends on what Jiri does. Reyes will want to just chill and use superior technique. The thing is, I know people are very high on Jiri, but he's a relatively low-level striker. I would put him on the level of, like, he's a little bit better than a Johnny Walker. Not as much flim-flam, not as powerful, much better gas tank, but about that Johnny Walker level. So I think Reyes will want to take his time and just use his superior technique. He's a better overall fighter, and he'll just want to use that edge to outskill Jiri as opposed to getting caught in a fucking gunfight, a firefight early on in round 1. And I would expect Reyes to be really low in confidence tonight, for sure. Yeah, I know, Kai. You know what I mean? Kai, you're right, mate. DraftKings a nightmare, dude. DraftKings a nightmare. I started taking DraftKings serious this year, mate. And it's a nightmare, man. It is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Cornish dude saying, I bet Reyes KO round 2 or 3 at 11-2, but it's more likely it does end round 1 either way. I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. Jiri is a smart guy. You know what I mean? I don't think Jiri's the knucklehead that he gives off. I think Jiri is as crazy as he appears. I know, like, he's got the wild fighting style, the funky hairdo and stuff, but I think Jiri's a smart guy. I think that I think even though he looked very bad defensively against Oezdemir, he did at the same time respect Oezdemir's power and did his best to stay on the outside and not get sucked into any crazy exchanges. So I'd be surprised if Jiri came out aggressive in round 1, because he's going to know how much of a sniper Reyes is. Jiri is probably going to be smart enough to know that the easiest way for him to beat Reyes is probably to wear him down a little bit first. So I don't actually think a round 1 knockout for either guy is that likely. Oliver Govrick is saying he's got a 4-leg parlay with Tavon and Chukwi, who's fighting next week, Merab Davashvili, Leon Edwards, who I agree should murder Nate Diaz, and Beneil Dariush. Very nice, man. Sounds good, dude. Is the stream still working? Yes, good. Good. We got... Nice one, Cowboy, mate. And we've got... Good to see you too, M-Tez. Thanks a lot, mate. What's up, Matern? Good to see you, dude. Yeah, 100%. Matern, nice translation. Nice translation, mate. What's up, Underrated, mate? Good to see you, boys. Kai is asking, do you think it's worth bumping up the DraftKings projection on Reyes from Orsamo? I know Orsamo is mostly just going off odds and his project. I don't know what Orsamo is, sorry, dude. I'm not too sure, mate. Yeah, Jiri's record's definitely a bit padded, Kai. We saw the same with Chrome Gracie. They just fed him, you know, old fighters really who were very past their prime, man, to rack up wins against. A lot of people are misled by win-loss records. We saw it with Zhang last week, 20-1. The record looks impressive. When you look at the girls she's been beating, record is real padded. People do get misled by win-loss records. Nice cheap Charlie. Cheers, dude. So Ryan DeLolo is asking about Sam Hughes. So I don't think Loma Lookburn-May is very good. She's got no takedown defense, really low level ground game. So whenever I see Lookburn-May at odds like this, it always gets my spidey senses tingling, because if her opponent in an odds range like this shows any kind of grappling or wrestling, I'm going to take a shot on them, because if anyone uses a decent amount of wrestling against Lookburn-May, they will beat her. But I watched a good amount of footage on Sam Hughes last night, and even though she can grapple, she does have some grappling, she never tries to take her opponents down, which is really frustrating. So if I don't see it in the past fights, I can't bet on it. So it's tricky, man. I would say no, but if she comes in with a grappling heavy game plan, which she never seems to do, she can she can cause Lookburn-May big trouble. Yeah, you're right, Headley. You're right. KB Booler's record is very padded as well, man. You are right, mate. I Need Money is saying, does Sean Strickland finish Jotko? I don't think so, mate. Jotko's tough as nails. Keith A is saying, what are your thoughts on Marcos by decision? That fight's impossible to bet, man. There's just no footage available on Pinheiro, so we don't really know much about her. No, Reese. So basically, mate, I'm in the process at the moment of rebuilding a few different parts of my site. So if you go to the lab, you can see, if we scroll down to the over/under section, we've got like all the coming soon stuff here. I'm still like trying to change a few areas on my site. Like if you go to my results page, it hasn't been updated since I think February, something like that. There's like a lot of work going on with the website behind the scenes at the moment, and I'm gonna basically build a new parlay and accumulators lab experiment, which is gonna be coming really soon. I just haven't had time to do it yet. Like, been spending today working on like a new push notification system where you can get notified whenever new bets get added to the website. So that'll be coming soon. So yeah, man, there's no parlays temporarily, but they will be coming back soon. They will be coming back soon, boys. Kai, oh, nice one, Kai. Awesome, is the biggest projection site for DFS. Nice one, dude. Alright, I think that's it, boys. We're done. I'm going to go pick my wife up from her friends. And thanks, everyone, man. Hope you do good tonight, boys. Hope everyone makes some money. Hopefully these prop bets produce a profit as well. I don't feel great about these props, if I'm honest. I do think Strickland to win by decision is very likely. But the others, I'm not so sure. So as long as this one wins, hopefully that means we'll only be at a small loss. But after making a pretty big loss last month, it would be nice to get back on track and have a profitable night on these props. But I don't feel great about them. We'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, nice one for watching, everyone. Love you all. Thanks, boys. Take care. And I will see you all probably next Wednesday or Thursday when we drop the new breakdown video. So again, thanks everyone for hitting that like button. Take care. And don't forget, if you're bored later on and you need some people to talk to about the fights, just come to the public chat room, man. There'll be people online all night chatting about the fights. If you're bored, you know what it's like. In between fights, gets pretty boring waiting for the next fight to start, the UFC promo videos and that, they just play on repeat, head on over to the website, man. It's free, and I'll be in there chatting with you guys too. So take care, everyone.